Brian Burnett from Before You Buy, taking a look at the Lenovo ThinkPad Yoga. The ThinkPad series of laptops are specifically made for business and iconic for being minimalist, matte black, and made with tough materials. The design was originally inspired by a traditional Japanese bento box. The Yoga puts a flip on the ThinkPad design by incorporating a hinge system that not only allows for the screen to fully rotate, but also has a new lift and lock keyboard that lays flat when the screen is folded into a tablet position. The heavy-duty hinges are very sturdy and never felt flimsy at all. Other than the features I mentioned before, the Yoga is very much like any other ThinkPad. Spill-resistant and backlit keyboard, the infamous red nub track point, a buttonless trackpad, and 3.0 USB drives on either side of the Yoga. Also included is an SD card reader, a mini HDMI, a volume rocker, a rotation lock for when you put the Yoga into tablet mode, and a pressure-sensitive stylus. Inside the magnesium alloy frame of the Yoga is an Intel i5 running at 2.3 GHz, 4 GB of RAM, along with a 120 GB SSD. This keeps Windows 8 feeling pretty snappy and responsive. Battery life was adequate, with my battery finally running down at about the 7-hour mark after doing some web browsing, watching videos, and some light gaming. Graphics are handled by Intel's HD 4400, and it's paired to a 12.5-inch 1920 by 1080 screen. It's multi-touch, and in this configuration, the Yoga is priced at $13.99. And to answer the question I'm sure all of our audience is asking, will it play Goat Simulator? Yes, it will. Not great, but well enough for your goat to get into some mischief. The Gorilla Glass display works well in tablet mode and allows you to take full advantage of Windows 8's gesture features. The screen is a matte finish, which helps with glare, and when using the pen gives a more of a paper-ish feel to it. The pen input is very good and pressure sensitive due to the Wacom Active Digitizer. The speakers that emanate from underneath the keyboard are what you'd expect from an Ultrabook. They're okay, and in a small room by yourself they're fine, but one thing to note is when using the Yoga in tablet mode, the volume is definitely dampened because it's facing away from you. For pros on the Yoga, the first pro is in the name. As a convertible, it gives you the flexibility of how you'd like to use the hardware. With the new lift and lock keyboard design, the Yoga feels a lot more solid when holding as a tablet. The 10-point multi-touch display is very responsive, includes a stylus, and in my opinion, touch is a must-have when you're trying to use Windows 8. The i5 processor matched with the SSD makes boot up last only seconds and loading apps a snap. As for cons, as an Ultrabook, the Yoga is slightly on the heavy side, which as a laptop is hardly noticeable at all, but when using the Yoga as a tablet, the weight is more apparent. The touchpad itself is very good, so why would it be listed as a con? By default, Windows 8 gestures are enabled, which on a non-touch laptop might be helpful, but on the Yoga, which has a great touchscreen, the gestures are just too sensitive. In normal use, I'd find myself accidentally swiping from left or the top, making typing out this review very frustrating to say the least. So here's a quick tip. If you want to get rid of that, go to Control Panel, Hardware and Sound, Device and Printers, right-click on the Lenovo PC, click the mouse properties, and under the ThinkPad tab, uncheck Enable Gestures. This made getting around on the ThinkPad much, much better. Finally, the last con is price. At $13.99, which by no means is outrageous for this hardware, adds up for an Ultrabook that isn't quite great as a laptop or a tablet. In the end, the Yoga is a compromise. A very good compromise, but like most things in life, being a jack of all trades means you're master of none. I thoroughly enjoyed my time using the Yoga. I don't personally own a tablet because I need the use of a keyboard for most things, but I do own an Ultrabook because I want something light and tough and that I can carry back and forth to work. For most people, the Yoga could be a compromise worth buying, especially for someone who wants a PC with pen input. As for looks, I personally like the subdued nature of the ThinkPad design, and most flashy aspect of it is the red eye that lights up in the ThinkPad logo. So is the ThinkPad Yoga a buy, try, or don't buy? If you need a work laptop that has pen input, multi-touch, the Yoga is a buy. But if you're in the market for just a good Ultrabook, there are other options with sharper screens and better battery life for a similar price. And if you're in the market for a tablet, there's always the Surface Pro 2 if you're looking for something smaller. So in the end, I'd have to give the Yoga a try. I'm Brian Burnett from Before You Buy, and thanks for watching.